The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack hit. We'll get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Chris Thompson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off a 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Yo, 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 tune in, don't miss Shaggy TV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. To the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as well as Shaggy TV over there on Facebook. I'm Zach Chapman, and we're ready to bring you a little bit of Thursday Night Thunder here in Sarver, Pennsylvania at the Lernerville Speedway. And boy, oh boy, are we going to give you a show or what? 29 cars set to go play here at the Lernerville Speedway, and you know what that means? We're only going to take 24 to the A main. So if you're out there watching, which I know Daphne and Azzy, you are here, is I don't know why your dad's paint job is not coming up here, unless that's the one he put on this week. Let's see if my trading paints is working. It indeed is working, but it's not. It says it's downloading. Still downloading. Let's see here if I hop over. And nope, because I have my broadcast software open. Hang on. Your leaderboard's going to quit updating. Nope. Let's see here. I thought it looked funky earlier, that it wasn't really. I mean, I had got Anthony's, I got Grandy's, a couple people, but let's see here. And now it says, after of course I reset it, your overlay is not found here, so that's what I get for doing that. Let's see. Some of them are reloading. There we go. There's Scott's. Okay, so we got the paint job problem fixed. Now, let's close out of this overlay here as we're committed to Scott here for the moment. Let's see. Got to use this till I get my button controls back. You see, Hawk's Garage, we wouldn't be out here with without Uncle Ron tonight, sponsoring the 358 Modifieds. Oh, Uncle Ron, a big thank you here. You guys are still seeing the not found. Let's see. Mine is working now, so it should only... There we go. I was going to say, normally, honestly, your guys' works first. You always hear me complain about. Now let's load up. Let's make sure they're still working here in the other rooms. Okay, it is trying to load up everything. I feel like I'm probably the culprit as to why Trading Paints it's probably not working on my computer. I was designing paints all day, making myself a new McGrew-bid sprint car. And I imagine me dragging files in and out and constantly refreshing. I probably gave Trading Paints a near stroke, so with the reset here, everything looks back okay. Let's see. Dino sitting on pit road. He was in that group. I'm trying to hop into every group to make sure we've got them all loaded up. Okay. So Adam was in that group. Let's see. Barker, who's in his group? Nobody on the racetrack. No, he's in Dino's group. I know we have 3 practice lobbies. Did I finally fish my way into the third one? Yeah, I think this may have been the one I hadn't been in, but it looks like... No, we already had, because Mike Brewer, I remember loading in, looking over at that one. All right, well, we might see a couple gray ones pop up during qualifying that get the final upload, because I feel like I definitely am missing a group here. Either way, that's what we got here tonight. So we got Vecchio out there on the racetrack.
Good evening, everybody.
I didn't turn off. You heard I've been doing a lot more racing.
Good
There
evening.
you hear people saying, good evening, Barker even laughed. That's hilarious. Neither him or I could hold that in there. The good evening. Oh, I love that. That was great. So you need stuff like that. Sometimes it's those errors that, you know, make your night. Which, speaking of, got a couple people out there watching so far. On my side and the coast-to-coast side. So let me know how your night's going, who you're rooting for. What do we expect at the Lernerville Speedway? Well, I will tell you what I expect. We're going to have at least, in the 2 features that I'm doing, I would say we'll have at least 10 people go over the edge. You know, that could, 10 times I would say we'll see people go over the edge. But we'll have to see, at least. And when I run that late model race later, you know, that's why I kept it at 10, because I will probably be adding to said total. So many guys, man, came out on the racetrack at the same time. Is it Brian Dickens? No, Ted York. 0.4. Shame on me if I miss someone, but I'm almost certain. Yep. Yeah, because Alvy's behind. It's Ted York, I believe. Oh, no, it might be Grandy. He was purple. Yeah, he's already on his pole lap. And I said pole lap. Sorry if I jinxed you here, Grandy. As he's rolling through 1 and 2 into 3, off of 4. He's going to set the bar, the 5:18. Going to slot himself in with a 15.48, Joseph Grandy. It's knocked back to P2 as Brian Dickens climbs to the top of the ladder, but now the Canadian kicks them all off here. Chad Lackey. Can he find a little bit more time? I'm noticing here we may have to... We got Scott Rayom coming home P6. Let's see something. Now, it could have been quiet here because... yeah, there we go. That one sounds a little better. It looks better on the meter. I may have to adjust sounds here. They're too quiet. Is Randy Shreves coming home P20? Sam Bachman jumps to the top of the charts. Second time by. Doesn't need a quicker lap. Because the first time around, gave him a 15.36 for the 007 in the Sam Akonda. Sits at the top of the charts. Mike Brewer coming around for the final time. He's purple, sector 1. Mike Brewer, purple-green. What's it mean? P2 for the 390 machine, and he just finishes up in time. As you see, checkered flag waves on qualifying. Bachman, Brewer, Lackey, Dickens, and Banks. Your top 5 as we get set to take a look at the starting lineup for your Hawks Garage 358 modified heat race number 1. All right, you probably heard my whole spiel with Connor. I was going to start at the top. I just can't do it. It's not right. I'll have to, I'll be professional. At the racetrack, I got to remember, top to bottom. iRacing, I do my own thing, brother. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 4 to the outside, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. to the inside, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 17 of Shane Billings to the inside, the 280 of Scissors, Jeff Sharp. In row 2 to the top shelf, your quick time in the 007, the Sam Akonda, Sam Bachman. To the inside, the 122 of the Stars and Bars of Brian Dickens. Row 1. For heat race number 1 here in Sarver, Pennsylvania at the Lernerville Speedway. To the top shelf, the 099 of Billy Robertson. Starting on the pole, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. Roll off a 2 here for the final time. Cars will pace down the backstretch here at the Lernerville Speedway. Steve King Foundation pace car will dive off. And the field is set to go play. 8 laps as we look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Dylan goes down there, trims the grass. We're 3, almost 4 wide. Is moved Brian Dickens up to the point, but Billy Roberts fighting high and wide on the outside. Can he get to the lead? Not at the line. Give it to the 122. Sam Bachman on the top shelf, 3 wide as Brian Dickens completes the pass for the lead. See Dylan Kinsey trying to make up. He had a big mistake there in the opener. Slipped up by going down through the grass there in turn 1. And, really, he's been trying to pick up the pieces ever since. Muscled in the middle now, 3 wide. Gonna have to get decisive here if you're the 639. You got Scissors trying to cut his way down on the bottom. The 280 of Sharp just can't slide up in front of the 639. All this is doing here is allowing this man to walk away with this thing, Brian Dickens. He is in his own realm here, all alone. Take a look there off the rear end of Brian Dickens. You see Bachman working the inside. Scissors Now he's swinging it down on the bottom, still trying to hold off Dylan Kinsey. Let's go back to Roberts here. He's getting a pretty good view of it as we're coming to 2 sticks in the air this time. 2 laps left to go. Kinsey, now he goes to the bottom, trying to look under scissors here, but he can't cut a path. And Bachman right now, he was your quick time in qualifying. Right now, seeing the white flag wave. He is not in a final transfer spot. I'll tell you who he is, Brian Dickens. Smooth sailing out front, down the backstretch for the final time. Into 3. He's going to watch that checkered flag wave, give it to the stars and bars. Brian Dickens gets it done. Oh, there's contact in the back. But it's Dickens, Roberts, Sharp, and Kinsey, your top 4. Bachman, York, Moore, Pomerleau, Billings, and Flieger to the B. Get ready to take a look here. Starting lineup, heat race number 2 for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 67 of Robbie Shaw to the inside, the 207 of Terry Walters. Row 4 to the high side, the 56 of Randy Shreves to the inside, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Row 3 to the tippy top in the 01, Derek Bond to the inside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. Row 2 to the high side, the 390 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 76 of Ryden Banks. Row 1 for heat race number 2 here at the Lernerville Speedway to the top shelf, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, and starting on the pole, the 16 of Matt Barber. One more time around. Let me click over here while things slow down. Let me see if anybody's wrote to me in the Coast to Coast chat. Oh, see Megan out there saying hi. We got Adam out there. We got Butterfield out there talking. I don't know if there are any Venom guys tonight, to be honest with you. As the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, green flag set the wave as we take a look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. 8 laps to play. Heat race number 2 is underway. Barker trying to roll that outside, but oh, looky-hoo, Mike Brewer. He shoots the gap there. He makes it 3 wide, and Ryland Banks, he had to hit the binders there, almost got into the back of the 390, but he's watching Brewer do things that you shouldn't be able to do there before you even build up some steam. I mean, Brewer, 4th to 2nd. We saw how tough it was for Bachman. Your pole sitter, he fell back. He finished 5th. As you see Shreves get up in the loose stuff. Randy Shreves going to lose a spot there. He was up 2. Able to gather it back up, and now we go back to that war here for 2nd place. Brewer blinks away. Jeff Barker's wondering where he is. He says, oh, you're to the inside. Reappear the Magic Man in that 390. It's 4 laps to go. Cross flags in the air. Barker starting to build up some steam on that top shelf. Normally it's bottom here for the heat races, but we do have a big field, and all the track carries over from warm-ups. We may get to that outside here, or it may get worse than I even think. It may stay bottom the whole night as Brewer and Banks, they make a little bit of contact. The Brewer's blinking, so Banks can always use that as the excuse here as he's trying to work around, falls in line. 2 laps to go for the man in the 1-6. Matt Barber pacing the field here into 3. He's going to see that white flag wave. 1 lap to go here at the Lernerville Speedway. Barker, he's close, but not close enough. It's going to take a big uh-oh here for the 1-6 if he wants to steal this thing. Final time into 3. Off of turn number 4. Matt Barber sees the checkered flag wave. He wins heat race number 2, followed by Barker, Brewer, and Banks. All B's in the transfers. Morano, Stryker, Shreves, Bond, Walters, and Shaw to the B main. As we get ready to take a look at the starting lineup for your third and final heat race for your Hawks Garage 358 modifieds. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 051 of Putt Putt Clay Christopherson, to the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 4 to the high side, the 027 of Ryan Elsie, to the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 011 of Randall Dixon, to the inside, the 096 of Chris Alvey. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 66 of Chad Lackey, to the inside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. And row 1 for your Hawks Garage 358 modified heat race number 3 to the top shelf, the 4 of my homie Scott Raomi and his two biggest fans out there watching in Daphne and Azzy. That's Scott Raomi in the 4 to the inside, starting on the pole. The 79 of Megan's boyfriend, who, Megan, I don't know if Dino broke the nose. I hope he didn't break your nose. Broke the news to you. I am going to make my way up to Williams Grove. That's about, I mean, I have no excuse. That's about a 15-minute drive from my house. And McGruben, well, we got the night off tomorrow night. So, yeah, I'll meet you guys up there, either in the pits or the inside of turns 3. Dino knows where the good spot's at. He's not even a local, and he knows where you got to be. But what a front row this is. I mean, pressure's on for these guys because obviously they run FTM, they're teammates. But, man, they both want to win here. You know, they really do. Scotty got one last week. He'd love to carry it, and Dino really needs to find some momentum. And I think Clay might be drunk there in the back. It is tough to tell. But, hey, you know, we'd rather him be drinking virtually here than drinking on the roads of Minnesota as the green flag waves. Heat race number 3 is underway. Whoa! Somebody shot down to the inside, Michael Vecchio, and that looked like it may have been a hardware issue. Couldn't tell. Trying to straighten it out, but here come the leaders. Dino sending the mail there through 3 and 4. My homie Scott Raomi cutting back to the inside. We're beating, we're banging. The dirt is slanging. There you see the 66 get to the back of Dino. That allowed Scott Raomi to clear. The 4 takes the point. Dean Reynolds now got to go to war here. He's got to go into protect mode. You see the 66 squirming on the bottom. Chad Lackey moving up to P2. How low can you go here? Oh, my gosh, playing some limbo down here at the Lernerville Speedway. Oh, Chad Lackey working to the lead. He's going to take it from my homie Scott Raomi. If not this time, he's going to get it through 1 and 2. But he's got it at the line. 4 to go. Lackey not able to slide up and shut the door just yet. Scott hoping and praying that top shelf comes in. But right now, it's just not there through 1 and 2. It is there through 3 and 4. You can see Scott pull back at the dog leash here, but man, oh man, Chad Lackey too strong. He's got the scent of a bone, and the dog goes scratching away here, but Scott trying to pull to the inside. No, Chad shuts the door. Chad knows exactly what I'm saying. Top 3 and 4, bottom 1 and 2, and as soon as he could do it, that's what he did. You go up there, you tippy toe as the white flag waves, 1 lap to play. Now you go down low. You dance with the devil here through 1 and 2. Almost cutting the grass is that 66, but the final time through 3 and 4. He'll protect. He's going to see that checkered flag wave. Give it to Lackey. He wins heat race number 3, followed by Raomi, Reynolds, Dixon. Your top 4, Christopherson, Alvey, Elsie, Wallace, Vecchio, and Grandy to the B main. Okay, should be taking 12. Here, I would think. Oh, well, you think I would remember that I've got to click on somebody in the race now for them to pop up one of these days. Rounding out the field, row 9 to the outside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. Row 8 to the top shelf, the 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 7 to the top shelf, the 207 of Terry Walters to the inside, the 17 of Shane Billings. Row 6 to the outside, the 210 of Barry Wallace to the inside, the 01 of Derek Bond. Row 5 to the high side, the 397 of the Canadian Alex Pomerleau to the inside, the 027 of Ryan Elsie. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 56 of Randy Shreves. To the inside, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 096 of Chris Alvey. To the inside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. Row number 2 to the top shelf, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York. To the inside, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christofferson. Row 1 for tonight's 10-lap B main here at the Lernerville Speedway for your Hawks Garage. 358 modifies. To the top shelf, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. And starting on the pole, the 007 of the Samaconda, Sam Bachman. As remember, top 12 make the show. Let's see. Well, you'll obviously watch the leaders a little bit, but we will keep an eye on that battle for the final transfer spot. As the green flag waves, your 10-lap B main is underway. 3 wide right away there in the middle of the pack. You see the double nickel. He was on the bottom. Chris Alvey upstairs in that 096. Oh, there's contact behind. And that was the 210 of Barry Wallace. He got turned by someone. Couldn't tell there. We're not going to get a caution flag in the B main, so let's rewind here. It's looking like it's going to be the 027 of Ryan Elsie. Yeah, Ryan drives it in deep, turns him. And able to continue here. Like I say, no caution flags in the B main. Let's go to that 12th and final transfer spot. You see Shane Billings, he was caught up in that nonsense there in the opener, and he is 13th. He is on the outside looking in. He is going to have to chew up some ground, as well as Joseph Grandy. I just don't know if Joe can do it. I mean, Joe, one of the better drivers in this race right now, but missed the call for his heat race. Trapped in that accident. I just don't know if he has the time to get there, but if these guys beat on each other, he may catch him here. Billings getting a 2 for 1. 13th to 11th. Now back to 12th as the 207 tries to slide up. They touch on corner entry. Robbie Shaw, now that man on the outside looking in, and that 67 is 100 grand. Sees cross flags, 5 to go. He's got a full straightaway to make up to the get to the rear end of the 207 of Terry Walters, who is in that 12th and final transfer spot. Let's see what's going on here towards the front. Bachman leads. Christofferson second. Anthony Morano there third. You see the Teddy Bear fourth. The Missile trying to take peeks under him. We don't start to get racy till we take a peek back here at Alvey and Brian Moore Sr. Brian still working the bottom. Has since lap 1. Walters in that 12th and final transfer spot, coming to the 2 laps to go, 2 sticks in the air. Your leader, Sam Bachman, he's about to take the white flag, but we're going to go back and watch that battle for the final transfer. They touch there, Grandy! Oh boy, the 518! He's going to steal a transfer spot. White flag waves. Bachman off of 3 into 4, and here we go. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the 007. Bachman, Christofferson, Morano, York, Stryker, Alvey, Shreves, Moore, Pomerleau, Bond, Billings, and 100 grand. Make the A main stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Almost time for 24 small block modifieds to go play here in the clay at the Lernerville Speedway. Let's get ready to dim the lights and crank the music and take a look at tonight's Hawks Garage 358 modified starting lineup. Row 12 to the top shelf, the 518 of $100,000. Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 1-7 of Shane Billings. Row 11 to the high side, the 01 of Derek Bond. To the inside, the 397 of the Canadian, Alex Pomerleau. Row 10 to the top shelf, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. To the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 9 to the top shelf, the 096 of Chris Albee. To the inside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. Row 8 to the top shelf, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York. To the inside, the 32 of the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Row 7 to the top shelf, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. To the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 6, the 011 of Randall Dixon. To the inside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. Row 5 to the high side, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. To the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 4, the 390 of Mike Brewer. To the top shelf, to the inside, the 280 of Scissors, Jeff Sharp, row 3 to 4 of my homie Scott Rayomi, to the inside, the 513 of Jeff Barker, the Brewerton Beast. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 099 of Billy Roberts, to the inside, the 66 of Chad Lackey. And row 1 for your Hawks Garage 358 modified A main, to the top shelf, the 16 of Matt Barber, and starting on the pole, the 122 of the Stars and Bars, Brian Dickens. As we take a look to the sky, the green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Your A main is underway. 30 laps to go. Play. Matt Barber with the better jump here. He takes the early lead off at 2. It's the 122, though, searching back down there on the bottom through 3 and 4. I don't think we'll see many guys try that there. As you see Dickens, he struggles. He goes right back to the top, and now Lackey says, thank you, sir. I want the bottom in 1 and 2. I want the top in 3 and 4, but I want the bottom in 1 and 2. I'll try to make it move and groove down here. He goes down there, gets the John Deere out, trims the grass through 3 and 4. Can't get him. Matt Barber holds on. It's Brewer working the outside there, 3 wide. Now Jeff Barker and him pull away. You see Sammy Bachman. He works it there on corner entry, but can't find the distance coming off. Now it's Clay Christopherson shoved out high and wide. He keeps it straight. Green flag waves. Dickens hunting for the lead there, though. He's trying to see what that rear end smells like there. The 16 going up there, giving it a couple scratches, taking a sniff here. Now the 66 working to the inside. Chad Lackey likes that bottom through 1 and 2. I've been saying it, but it's over here in 3 and 4 that he can't seem to make it work. Now he hooks the grass, though. Look at that thing. Finds a little bit of pace there. Stays even. But Brian not giving him a lot of room here. Does the 66 use those Nerf bars? No. He plays nice for the time being. Lackey now, he tries to mount the guns up there on the top side. He's trying to go high, wide, and handsome on Brian Dickens. Says, fine, you want the bottom, I'll work it up here. But all the meanwhile, caution flag waves here on the racetrack. Let's see what happened. Thinking Chris Alvey involved here in this 096 machine. Let's zoom out here and see. So right now, everything, just gets into the back there. The 17, who was maybe getting a little sideways there. And when you check up, you can see it just goes off the bars and it tightens up. It shoots straight up the racetrack. There's really nothing Alvey can do at that point in time. Caution flag going to wave as the car comes still on the racing surface. And with that, we get a quick little reset here. Quick little reset. So let's see who that... I think I can organize it by this, can I? Game. Yeah. Then we can all look at it together. So your hard charger right now, it would be Billings up 7 spots. Grandy up 7 as well, but right behind him. Now Bachman, if you were going to argue, some may argue that Bachman being up 5 spots. There. It says 6, but it's really 5 once they straighten out here and he gets in the right spot. But it's could be argued to be more impressive. It's always a little easier to pass guys at the back rather than, it's just, it's science. The closer you get to the front, the harder it gets to pass. Take a look to that sky. The green flag is high. The 122 about to let the dirt fly. He hits the loud pedal. We're back underway, and I lied. It was Matt Barber leading the way. He chose the top side. It wasn't the 122. That makes sense. He did not jump. That was a great jump there. Now Dylan Kinsey, he was working the inside on his teammate, but he had to get on the binders there. He loses 3-4 spots. The 17 is Shane Billings trying to go high and wide. He hits the bump. Oh! We're 5 wide. Hang on, boys. Hang on to her. Oh, somehow we live to tell the tale here at the Lernerville Speedway. This is unbelievable. They are making it work. You don't see a speck of dirt without a race car on it at some point in time throughout the lap. They're using every single inch here as we take a peek back up to the lead. Matt Barber holding his own here about a half a second. But now as soon as I say that, Dickens, hey, he tugs back at the leash, reels him in, and almost right on cue, yellow flag waves, and Dickens gonna have to line it up here and try it all over again as we watch the 0-1 of Derek Bond. Let's see what happened. You could just see a little bit of beating and banging there as Molyneux just trying to straighten up the car, runs the 0-1 back into the wall after they had made contact, and able to flip it over, get it back on all fours. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably go down for a quick repair. Not sure if he needs it. I would. But it's always nice there when you land on all fours and can get back out again. That's the worst, when you can't get back out there. So we got Uncle Ron out there, obviously, rooting for Mike. Megan rooting for Dino. Where's Dino at? He's down a spot from the start. Not the race Dino would have wanted here out of the gate, but still plenty of time to get back into it. Got a tough guy to pass, though, right out the windshield. Jeff Barker is good, and I mean, he's got one of the best right behind him in that 32. So Dino definitely knows he's got his work cut out for him as your leader, Matt Barber, chooses the outside one more time here. And Scott Rayome, he's got to hope he can grab that loud pedal, man. Do it for the two kids out there. Azzy, Daphne, I believe the kids' names. I'm sorry if I fudged them, little ones. But as we roll through 3 and 4, the green flag set the wave. We are back underway. That's the jump Rayome was looking for here. He's able to pull up to the outside of the 122, but it's on the slip and slide through the apex. And Rayome will still be happy. Moves up from 4th to 3rd there, but had the shot at 2nd. We've got one in the books. Dino's searching that outside. We had saw Anthony Morano, or I had mentioned him. Remember, he was behind Dino. Well, he got around Dino. Oh, Mike Brewer coming back on the racetrack. And Mike able to enter safely here and do it without a caution flag waving. Tough break there for the 390 of Mike Brewer. There's the battle sizzling up front, man. We are at the steakhouse. You can hear it cooking. Look at that. 2 abreast into 1. Scotty, he's trying to make it a 3-way here. What can he do at the Lernerville Speedway? Oh, no, Scotty! My homie, Scott Rayome, hard into the outside wall. That thing's broke. And we do get a caution flag, yellow flag waves here for Scott Rayome, who's going to have to go down pit road and use a quick repair, I would think. As we were watching this live, let's watch it from over here. Kind of see he rides the ridge and just boom, that's a hard shot. And the lights, probably wanted to check on Scotty. See the lights went on. No, he didn't even stop on the racetrack or anything. Nothing. Well, I mean, a caution flag should have waved there anyway. But what I mean is it's not like Scott milked that for a caution. That's a tough break for the 4 Scott Rayome, who was running P3, man. Not what he needed. Should get the 1 to green this time, I think. See how the lights do click off on the pace car. And I think Brian Dickens doesn't realize there's supposed to be single file. There we go. Just got the memo. Just got through the race receiver a little late. There is the green flag. Set the wave here at the Lernerville Speedway. Our A main is back underway. Zlacki right away. He's trying to gather up some eggs in the basket upstairs, seeing what the kids missed from Easter. I mean, that's up there. That is in the tall stuff. It is sticky and icky up there, but if you can make it work, that's where you're going to find some speed here late. It's a caution flag waves yet again. No time to find speed here. Is Chris Alvey in the 096 involved in this one? Let's see what happened to the 096 here. Oh, just goes up and over there into 3, and that's exactly what we saw happen to Scott Rayone. I mean, identical. It's so easy. You're trying to get up as high as you can, trying to really carry the speed around the outside of the racetrack. And I mean, if you make one mistake, half an inch too high, that's what will happen. You bottom out there on the lip, and it drags the car over, and there's nothing you can do at that point to save it. You're just along for the ride. You can lock the brakes up, and you can slam the rear end into the wall like we saw him and Scotty both do, or, you could try to steer out of it and end up nailing the wall a little further down on the right front. There's just no saving that when you get up there at that point. Lights go off on the Steve King Foundation pace car, and it's set to go back this time. Clicked the wrong camera there. My apologies. It's the green flag set to wave. We are back underway. 12 laps left for the boys to play. Lackey with a good run there on the outside, but you see just a little bit of slip there coming off it too, but now he slings to the bottom here. What kind of momentum can he carry? This is a big move, but he can't get it at the line. That's what's important, because if we were to get another caution flag, Chad knows he's got to have it getting to the line. Anthony Morano continues his charge, up 9 spots. A little further back, Shane Billings the same, up 13 spots, started 23rd, up to 10th here for the 1-7. Sam Bachman working the outside as well as we go back to that battle for P2. Lackey keeps trying to do it, man, but it's all for naught. And I'm telling you, I know he knows that 99 is creeping up closer and closer. That makes it a lot harder when you're the 66 to want to go down there and tap fate. Oh, Dickens left the door open, then slammed the door shut, and Lackey paid the price here. Yellow flag waves, and Lackey, Merry Christmas here for the 66, who's going to get these spots back. And I'll tell you what, he may be a little frustrated here at first opening glance. And hear him going down there revving. And well, let's take a look at why he would be upset here. He probably thinks, hey, the lane's open, I'm coming. No, now we play, who do we blame? And right now, I mean, I know it's open a little bit, but it is an ambitious move. And the racer in me, I would be furious if I'm Chad right now in the car. And then maybe when I get out and I look at it and I calm down a little bit, I realize, hey, maybe it was ambitious. Maybe that wasn't going to work. We all know everybody fighting for the outside. This is what brought the caution flag out. Randy Ryland Banks, that lasted a while. See, Randy finally goes around after the third or fourth time those guys beat on each other there into 3. But it's been all Barber out front. The 66 of Lackey here. Gonna have to race smart. Gonna have to keep his head just calm, cool, and collected here. You don't want to, jump too early here. You don't need to bite the bullet. You're running third. You got a good run here. Be smart. Be methodical. There's the green flag. Set the wave. We are back underway. 7 laps left to play. Bachman trying to take a dive on the outside of Morano. And there you could see that's Bachman lifting. He knows the door is going to close there, and that's kind of where, that's not what I'm saying Lackey needed to do, but it would have prevented, that contact. And, obviously Dickens could have kept it down, too. He could have left the lane open, but at the end of the day, we're racing guys going hard for the spot. This is kind of what you expect here, and now we're down to 5 laps left to play. That 1-6 of Matt Barber started P2, but got a great jump and has never looked back. But he's going to have to cool the jets here. Rewind one more time. Caution flag waves for the 518 of Joseph Grandy. We caught the front stretch wall there. And then got a little tattoo job there from the 55. Was able to keep it straight, but that was enough to was the kiss of death there for the caution flag. And definitely a weaker caution that we've seen here, but caution flag nonetheless, and we'll line them back up and do it again. Man, well, they're getting warm again. My allergies are kicking up. My apologies there. I had a couple nose blows during that one. I'm starting to clog up here. I was good during the day. No, that's probably the medicine probably wearing off now that I think about it. Should have, I want to say 4 laps to go, maybe 5, but I want to say we're going to have 4 to go. Let me take the green flag here. Either way, not a lot of time, and that's what Matt Barber wants to hear. Just wants to watch all the sand fall out of the hourglass. Here's the green flag waves. We've got 4 left to play. Lackey once again, that first car to go to the outside, just trying to build up some steam any way he can to come back at the 122 of Dickens, who's rolling that middle top, we'll call it, there through 3 and 4. You can see that new opening as it will stay zoomed out here, coming to 2 to go, but you can kind of see, look at where the left, well, now the 122 slides up, but where the left rear is, it's that different shade. It's not as darkened as the other. Drivers trying to find that here in the late stages, but man, I'll tell you, somebody who doesn't need anything, he just needs the clock to run out here. Matt Barber has been bad fast, and he sees the white flag wave. 1 lap left to play. Barber protecting the bottom there into 1 and 2 like he always has. Nothing different. Going to skate the outside here through 3 and 4. Lackey, meanwhile, looking for the final time, but it's Barber out front. He takes the win. Dickens speed 2. And Lackey rounds out your top 3. Billy Roberts, Jeff Sharp, your top 5. Big win for Matt Barber, man. That big time for the 1-6, who dominated this whole thing, flag to flag. Well-earned victory for the driver of the 16 as we get set. Do a little rewind here. We'll get ready to take a look at your full finishing order here. I guess we could do that first. Anthony Morano, Sam Bachman, Dean Reynolds, Jeff Barker, Dylan Kinsey round out the back half of your top 10. Billings, York, Stryker, Brewer, Banks, Rayome, Moore Sr., Shreves, Alvey, and Christofferson. Your top 20 and your bottom 4, Dixon, Grandy, Pomerleau, and Bond rounds out the field. So let's see here. We'll try and see if we can't try and get a word here. Once I get to the Coast to Coast Discord, because I was, of course, looking at the messages between me and Scotty. So we'll go ahead and we're waiting on Chad here to climb on in. There we got him. So we'll go ahead. We'll pull up the driver there and finish third. Man, Chad, what a drive. And obviously, you know, I mean, stuff happens. Everybody's going to have their own take on it. You know, you're making the move for the outside. But I think what we can all agree on here, timely caution, brother. I mean, we needed that thing. That was a well-earned caution for you because, I mean, as you're making the move there for second, you get kind of bounced up there into the outside wall. And, man, if that caution doesn't come, you maybe lose a couple spots. But at the end of the day, you're able to salvage a P3. That's a great run, man. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about what happened out there tonight. He did it to me once. Brian did it to me once there coming out of the corner. I had the run, and I backed out of it, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But the second time, I didn't back out of it because I thought maybe he would have learned his lesson the first time. But no, he used his mirror for sure. I know everyone's running mirrors, and everyone's going to use them, but that was just ridiculous, man. At some point, you have to give me the lane. Like you said, lucky for that caution to come out and get my spots back, but my car just wasn't the same after that restart. Completely damaged, but turned out it still seemed to be one of the fastest cars out there. So I can't be too upset with the third place finish, Shaggy. Still had lots of fun out there. Just wish it went a little bit differently.
No, and I can tell you what, Chad, I can respect the way you're able to break it down too while you were driving because I'm honest. You can go back and watch it again. I was kind of not per se crucifying you for it, but almost saying what you said there, where you could have backed out of it. But the shame on me is I didn't see you have to do it the first time. We were probably watching a battle somewhere back in the pack. And that definitely, if I would have had that kind of information, yeah, I mean, at some point, if you're up there, you got to make the move and you got to try to make it stick. It's a shame it turned out the way it did, Chad. You had a bad, fast race car, but still holding on to P3. That's a great run, brother. Congratulations. Way to kick off the night, man. Who you want to thank?
Billy's Motorsports, Vertex Graphics, Tommy Guns Customs, Yurishi Media, yourself, Shaggy, for doing the broadcast, everyone at Coast to Coast, and behind the scenes put this lead together, Hawks Garage, and just want to say hi to anyone watching. Hope you enjoyed the race.
Well, it's definitely, man. I know it's a bitter taste in your mouth, but hell of a job to keep that thing straight and hold on to third. That's not an easy task. Good run, brother.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Chad Lackey able to bring home P3. Now we bring up the man who brought home P2. And there for a while, it looked like, Brian, you had the pace there in the early part of the race. You were kind of hanging with him. I mean, Matt obviously taking advantage of being on the outside of you on the start, having a little bit more momentum rolling off that top, coming to the green. And, I mean, you were able to hang with him, but it just seemed that the further the race got, if you'd catch him, like you were in the first half, caution flag. And then by that point, you and Chad got the racing so hard that it just seemed like Matt was able to pull away. But, man, at the end of the day, a P2, how are we feeling?
Felt like it was a replay of Monday night. Pretty much the same thing. No, it was a good race. First thing I want to say is I didn't mean to get into Chad. He really sucked up really fast coming off that corner, and I didn't know he was on my right rear when I was drifting up. So Yeah, I didn't mean that. But that was a good race overall. I felt, I mean, literally just like I did Monday night, kind of running that middle to groove about the whole time, trying to catch that little bit of attack that was there, and then it started going away a little bit at the end, so that's why I couldn't quite get that steam that I had early.
Yeah, I kind of, well, not, I guess calling you out isn't the right word for it, but I could pick out that you were kind of searching for that line there. And, it was definitely working for you there. But then with about, I want to say 7 or 8 to go, that's when it kind of started to go away there in the middle of 3 and 4. But man, at the end of the day, obviously we're in coulda, woulda, shoulda land, but how this racetrack was, if you can get that jump on him, the opening lap, do you think you could have held him off, or was he too much tonight?
I think I probably could have held him off. I mean, it was really tough to pass. I mean, no matter if you're on the top or the bottom, or Chad tried to throw a slider a few times and you just couldn't get enough momentum. So it was a very, very equal racetrack, whether you're on the bottom, the middle, or the top. So I mean, I probably could have held him off. Maybe, I ain't trying to sound cocky or whatever, but I might could have.
Well, no,
Especially if there wasn't, I don't know how many cautions it was tonight, but it seemed like a replay again of Monday night.
Yeah, those are, because like I say, obviously you get to search around a little bit, you're testing, but I mean, it's clear you were catching him there for that first half of the race every single time, but a caution flag would come out, and that was just the killer. But hey, man, at the end of the day, you bring home a P2. Hell of a job, brother. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
I think Dirt Track Bank, Hammer Down Racing, Kirk, Joe, BT, Mike. I want to thank Hawks Garage, you for the broadcast. Do an amazing job. My favorite broadcaster right now. And everybody at C2C. And that's about it.
Well, hey, I appreciate that, man. Hell of a run. Congrats on P2, brother. The win's coming. I mean, with all these P2s here, you're going to be getting that top step again here soon. Good luck, brother.
All right, man. Thanks.
Brian Dickens bringing home P2, and now we get to talk to the belle of the ball, the man who, Barber, I mean, let's be honest here. Obviously, you're the end of the race, it's no question. You're the quicker car. But there, that first half, he's able to kind of reel you in. I'm not sure if you're paying attention to the relative or how hard, you're really driving the car. But he's able to reel you in, and then it seemed like a caution flag would wave. How important was it as we rewind a little further? Man, that jump, brother, that green flag start, that was textbook. I mean, right when the green flag dropped, you didn't go early or anything. There was nothing fishy. I mean, you just nailed it. Brian spun the tires a little bit, and you never looked back, man. That was the race-winning move. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, no, I kind of knew right from the start if I didn't get ahead immediately, it was going to be hard to chase him down. And yeah, I knew when I got ahead of him too, I never really felt comfortable anywhere on the track, so I just kind of tried to keep it clean, and you always try to do that, right? And yeah, no, he kept right up to me as for most of the race, and I couldn't shake him. So he was quick, obviously, but yeah, it was not easy, but not my favorite track either. So I'm glad I could pull off a win, and yeah, it was just a lot of just staying patient, obviously through all the cautions and staying clean, but not making any mistakes. I tend to overdrive 3 and 4 quite often here and drive it off the track. I got pretty close a few times, but I just kept her clean. Yep, and it worked out.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because that kind of leads me into my next question here. Now, obviously, it didn't cost you anything. You were great up there, but he was kind of catching you. That's where he would catch you in 3 and 4. I don't know if you noticed. Well, with about 8 or 9 to go, it went away. But did you think about dropping it down at all there through 3 and 4, about half a lane? Because it looked like to me from up here in the booth that there was a little bit of a tack patch there, coming off of 4 there, kind of not on the very top, but about a lane down. And it seemed like that's where he was grabbing you. And Well, to me, when I drive, Matt, I suck. You've seen me drive these things. I've got to play it safe. I can't tightrope like you guys. I got to get down there. Did you think about moving it down to play safe, or did you know, hey, I got to stay up here, protect the top?
Yeah, there was a few times where when I built the gap, I tried it, and it was actually pretty good. There was a few times where I tried a bit of a slider, like start in the middle and exit in the top to keep the momentum on the exit, and it ended up working pretty good. But every time I kept trying something, we get a caution, so it reset everything, and yeah, it was tough. It was tough for sure, and I knew he kept getting pretty good runs on the bottom there when I was running right up high, because I'd watch him and he'd disappear underneath me, and then just the way that this track works with the exit on the high side and four, you just get the momentum and you pull right back away. But yeah, it definitely gets you thinking.
Well, hey, man, you Canadians came down here to the Keystone State and absolutely beat the brakes off of those Americans, stealing 2 of the podium spots here. And you know as well as I do, if we were going to give a count, the Americans way outnumber you here. So you came in with, I think, 5 guys, man, stealing 2 of the podium spots. That is a hell of a job. And most importantly, Matt, you collect the checkered flag, man. Hell of a win. Led all 30 laps. Who you want to thank on the good show, brother?
Of course, got to thank all the boys like you were just talking about, all the Canadian boys that I race with all the time. We practice like all the time. We haven't actually been on here since the last 802 league race that we just did, so we kind of took a bit of a break, and this was kind of, I don't know, it all just kind of lined up for us tonight to hop on. Of course, Hawks Garage for sponsoring this race. You Shaggy for always putting on an amazing broadcast. Tessier Mechanical, my boys in real life that I race the sportsman with, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, hell of a job. Congratulations. You're gonna go out here. Can we get the twofer?
Not sure about that. It's not my favorite track, and of course, and I'm still trying to get a little bit better with the big block too. So we'll see what happens.
All right, you can lie to everyone else. Can't trick me, Matt. Go get him, brother. Good luck.
Thank you, Shaggy.
Matt Barber bringing home the win, and I'm telling you, I call these guys out on their BS. Barber's going to be up there in that top 5. Maybe not win, but he'll be up there flirting around. Guys who necessary, like, I don't know how to say this, and I mean it with all respect. Maybe not the fastest driver, Barber, but he is one of the smoothest, and that is what you need here at the Lernerville Speedway. No mistakes, just keep it on the racetrack. Watch guys mess up around you and drive on by, or start outside pole and nail the start and never look back like Matt Barber did here for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for your big block Modifieds here next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stick around.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Shaggy TV. All because of Expert Insulation and them willing to sponsor this season's Big Block Modified series here for Thursday Night Thunder. I'm trying to think. I don't know how many seasons it's been that we've been running the modifieds here. It's been a while. It's been awesome. But I don't, let's see, 21, nope, so no B main, nobody else is, or 22, because Chad Lackey just joined. So 22. We'll take 24 to the main there, and that's actually our checkered flag on warm-up, so we should be taking everybody, is what I would think. Let's see here, who's going to be out on the racetrack first. Change this to best time. Man, everybody did. I should have never did the first on the racetrack gets the camera. Because now I'm telling you, I love you guys. Makes a lot of drivers speed up there. I kind of did it because for the longest time. Well, I guess iRacing had a lot to do that as we watch Ryan Hill set the bar here, lap number 1. You used to not be able to watch other people's qualifying laps, right? So there would be people who would, click on the broadcast. You'd see the view count turn up and watch that first guy who went out there, saw what line he did, and then looked at the lap time, and you can kind of judge off as Elsie goes P4. Grandy sits at the top of the charts. Now Mike Brewer takes it over. He's the Big Block Modified man. Like, Uncle Ron knows that. Uncle Ron next season, he may tell Sam to shove it. He's like, you know what? I'm sponsoring the one that the nephew's good at. It's the Big Block Modifieds. And Brewer, top of the charts, P1 with a 14.96. Joseph Grandy with a 9.6, or you see a 9.55. It rounds up for me. There's a 9.62 for Grandy. Bachman, though, all aboard the 007 here. Boy, oh boy, 14.88.7. I mean, that is hauling the mail. Only guy down in the 14.8. Big time lap for the... Oh, Sammy! Oh, Bachman. Holy. I don't know what I'd do. There, but speaking of, if you do want to know what I do, If you ever want to watch some of the best micro sprint racing in central Pennsylvania, really all throughout Pennsylvania, as I was taking a look at their website, we've all heard of Flow. We've all heard of Dirt Vision. But we're all going to hear of thecushion.com, which is where you can listen to me live and watch some good racing, man. I'm telling you. Some kids coming up from all around. I mean, they come up from North Carolina, brother, weekly up there to race at McGrewville. They get some good kids. Jax Whitmer, the kid who won the Junior Sprint Tulsa Shootout last year, out there got himself a driller. He races up there. I mean, there's talent up there. But anyways, thecushion.com. You want to subscribe to it? You can listen to me. Call racing up there every Friday night except tomorrow Friday night because we have off for some reason. We should race every Friday, but scheduled off. As you see the starting lineup for your expert installation big block modified heat race number 1, row 4, Adam Flieger and Scott Thomason. Row 3, we've got Randy Shreves to the top, Lackey to the inside. Row 2, your quick time, Sam Bachman to the top, Matt Barber. Your 358 modified winner to the inside. In row 1, Billy Roberts to the top shelf, and Shane Billings gonna line up on the pole. Get set to go play here at the Lernerville Speedway for 8 laps. Steve King Foundation pace car set to pull off. I try to find my button. There we go. Green flag is high. Let's watch some dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Billings right away. Just, you got to be nice to the dog down there. You can't smack him. You just got to walk him nice and slow. Let the tires find some grip in that 1.7. He does. He leads lap number 1. Bachman says you gotta be a little nicer to the dog than that. You gotta walk her a little lower. Just be nice. Talk nice to her. And look at Bachman inching on the inside, the 007. Oh boy, he came to play, but can he lead the way? Billings putting up a good fight there in that 1.7, as you see. Chad Lackey here. He's rolling in. I had said a winner of heat race number 1. That was Matt Barber. Matt Barber not in this race here as we watch the battle for the front. 007 of Sam Bachman trying to take the lead. He's got it at the line. He's got the toy wound up here. The 17, though, oh, thought he was going to feed him some Nerf bars. Decided to play nice. But we're coming to 3 laps to go this time by. Got to be all gas and no brakes if you're the 1.7. Got to try to steal this thing back. Sam Bachman went out there. He got the pole. Didn't mess around here. He got stung up there. You saw in the heat race number 1 for the 358 mods. After I believe it was Bachman who got quick time there as well. Ended up having to come through the B main. Wasn't going to do that twice here. Just trying to protect now as Billings. Going up to the outside, trying to run a cut down here, build up some steam. Oh, he goes up, kisses the front stretch wall as the white flag waves. One more trip around here at the Lernerville Speedway. Billings not able to take a peek underneath. Bachman shuts the door, checkered flag waves. Give Bachman the win here for heat race number 1, followed by Billings, Lackey, Roberts, Thomason, Barber, Shreves, and Flieger. And Matt Barber was in this race. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Where was he on my relative? That's right, he had started 3rd, so he got bounced back to the back. Jesus criminy, what is going on with me? So we get set to take a look at the starting lineup for your expert installation. Big block modified heats number 2, rounding out the field. To the top shelf, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. To the inside, the 207 of Terry Walters. Row 3 to the high side, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the high side, the 390 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp in row 1. For heat race number 2 for your big block modifieds, the top shelf, the 4 of my homie Scott Rayomi, and starting on the pole, the 32, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. I don't know if Daphne and Azzy are still up here, if they're, if this is past the bedtime or not. I don't want to encourage misbehavior, but, I don't think staying up to watch Scotty race is misbehaving. I think that's the exact opposite. Because when I was, I guess never mind. First off, I don't want to put ideas in their head. But when I was a child, I definitely wasn't being good enough to, quote unquote, just sit there and watch iRacing. I was probably into a little bit more mischief than that. But final time down the backstretch here for your expert installation big block modifieds is Anthony Morano. Get set to hit that loud pedal as we look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch some dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Rayom trying to battle back right away on the high side. Can't do it. Brewer trying to do the same. Those scissors. Cuts to the inside. Jeff Sharp making it work in that 280 machine. Just inching low and slow. Trying to channel his inner Blake Chapman here on the bottom, but it's all Anthony Morano out front who leads the way. Oh, Rayom! No, close your eyes, kids. He is hard up in the outside wall. Rayom with a big spin, and man, oh man, it's deja vu for the Ford machine. Oh, Anthony Morano! He kept it out of the graveyard somehow, going down the backstretch, but boy, oh boy, Uncle Ron, open your eyes. Here we go, Mike Brewer. He may have time to steal this show. Scissors cutting through the middle. Anthony on the top shelf. Brewer trying to go low and slow. Here we go. Sends it in. No room to slide it up. Gotta keep it on the bottom. And Jeff Barker, man, he has got the best view in the house in that 513 machine. You see there, the 390 blinks away a little bit. That was not our camera. It was when I had him selected. You see Jeff continuing to try to work, inching slowly ahead into 3. Oh, Anthony Morano! Red Rover, the 32 just went over. And that gives the lead to Mr. Scissors, Jeff Sharp, who cuts his way to P1. Now the 390 says, I got time, 1 lap to go, come get you some. Brewer sends it in. Can he find the grip here? He's going to inch underneath, side by side, into 3 for the final time. Off of 4, it's all Scissors. Jeff Sharp wins heat race number 2, followed by Brewer, Barker, Christofferson, York, Morano, Walters, and Rayom. One more heat race to go here for your big block modifieds. And, well, the last heat race for me, because I am going to pass it off to Adam for the pro lates. I should be racing that. I don't know. I'm not committing myself to anything here yet. See how it goes. Take a look at the starting lineup for heat race number 3. Rounding out the field, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 011 of Randall Dixon to the inside, the 027 of Ryan Elsie. Row 2 to the high side, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 79 of Dino. Dean Reynolds in row 1 for your third and final heat race here at the Lernerville Speedway to the top shelf. The 36, I almost said the 36.9. I don't know how I switched those up. I promise I'm not dyslexic. It's a 639 of Dylan Kinsey to the top shelf, and starting on the pole, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. right, we don't do this too often. We don't do this too often here. But every now and then I'm feeling it. Grandy on the outside. Row number 2. Let's ride on the left roll bar here. The 518 is the green flag waves. Heat race number 3 is underway. Oh, he had to get out of that. Look, Grandy made it 3 wide, so we'll go with the John Deere Green Machine of Randall Dixon. I mean, look at this off the nose. He has got a show here. Now he wants a piece of it, trying to bite to the inside. Just couldn't find the grip, but look at that battle for the lead. The double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. He takes it through the corner, but it's all Dylan there at the line. The 639 having a good time, but the 518, here comes $100,000. Joseph Grandy, high, wide, and handsome. He's got the comb up top, just trying to slick it on back. Oh, here we go. Dylan Kinsey goes up there and shuts the door. I'm telling you, there's some communication in that Discord. Maybe Dino's the one who told him. I don't know. I doubt it because Dino's racing. But what I was going to say is Grandy, he knows it. Now he's got to find another way to do it here because Dylan not going to let him walk around that top shelf. Not going to let him just milk it upstairs as we got 3 to go. Dino trying to get himself a little more comfort here. Wants to start better in the A main. Each guy you pass here in the heat race is 3 spots in a feature. As Dino tries to work that inside, just can't do it. Gets back in line. 2 laps to go. Grandy up and over. Oh, he brings it back down. More Dino. They pay the price, but Grandy holds on to P2. Grandy went into full survival mode, and indeed he did survive. Tough break there for the double nickel, and Dean Reynolds as the checkered flag waves. It's going to be Kinsey, Grandy, Dixon, Elsie, Wallace, Reynolds, and more. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Almost time for the boys in the Coast to Coast Racing League to go play in the clay at the Lernerville Speedway for 30 laps in some expert installation. Big block modifieds at the Lernerville Speedway. Let's get ready to take a look at tonight's starting lineup. The 4 of my homie Scott Rayomi, row 11 to the outside, the 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. Row 10 to the top shelf, the 207 of Terry Walters to the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 9 to the high side, the 79 of Dino. Dean Reynolds to the inside, the 32 of the Ant-Man. Anthony Morano. Row 8 to the top shelf, the 16 of Matt Barber to the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 7 to the high side, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York to the inside, the 06 of Scott Thomason. Row 6 to the high side, the 027 of Ryan Elsie to the inside, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christofferson. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 099 of the Gears Unlimited machine of Billy Roberts to the inside, the 011 of Randall Dixon. Row 4 to the high side, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker to the inside, the 76 of the 66, I can read, of Chad Lackey. Row 3 to the high side, the 518 of Honor Grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 390 of Mike Brewer. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 17 of Shane Billings to the inside, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. In row 1 for your expert installation, big block modified A main to the outside, the 280 of Scissors, Jeff Sharpen starting on the pole, the 007 of the Slithery Snake, the Sam Akanda, Sam Bachman as we look to the PA sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch some dirt fly. We've got our A main underway. Bachman, are your early leader? He qualified quick time. 1 heat race number 1. Now it's time to just drop the sails, Sammy boy. Drive away. Don't look around. Don't wait to play. Did you see Barker rolling on the outside? He's able to settle it down, but a caution flag waves for Adam Flieger in the 38 machine, who we may have already had a car around there. The 207. Let's see. That didn't bring out the caution flag, and then I'm not sure, maybe something broke after the contact or just drove it in there a little too deep. Maybe something not handling right for Flieger, but caution flag waves. We'll re-rack them, restack them, line them up, and do it again here. Definitely not what Bachman wanted to see. As I'm telling you, he's not the type. I've asked this guy multiple times, you know. I mean, he is 100%. No BS. He is a rhythm guy. He wants to keep that rhythm. And not able to do that with caution after caution. Now, Sam may want the high side, but I would think out of maybe respect here for the teammates, possibly trying to pull him up a little bit. See that 639? He'll be on the bottom. That 390, he is on the bottom. All three of those guys teammates. So you got to play the game within the game. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely are here. It's the smart move. You got any way to get all your cattle up to the front, man. You just got to herd them in. And the 007 here, he's going to be the shepherd here tonight at the Lernerville Speedway. Post up at the start-finish line. Green flag is high. It's about time to watch some dirt fly. We are back underway at the Lernerville Speedway. Great jump again there for Sammy. Kinsey trying to work to the inside. You see Brewer, he's working as well. Move them both up a spot here if the caution flag were to wave this time. Looked like they had it completed at the line and right on cue. Well, we're still wrecking each other even after the original caution came out, because you're going to see this had the caution flag had nothing to do with what we just saw there. Dino and Ted York make a little bit of contact, and from there, Thomason, there was nothing he could do. He was kind of the victim out of that whole thing. It had to come to a stop. Caution flag waves, and now can he straighten it out? Is the right front broke? That may be the issue. I think that, well, right front definitely broke. See, it wasn't turning there. Not too sure if Scott is able to get it back. He's still driving with damage, I think. Yeah, this is... He's going to try it. Heck yeah. Lights are still on. He's going to have to hurry. But good on him. Now I'm going to be anxious now. If Sammy plays the handbook here, he goes to the outside. Okay, so he might just like the bottom. Because, yeah, you would want to pull your other teammate up. But, okay, so I maybe had it wrong the whole time. Sammy may not have been helping out the teammates, honestly, on the bottom. It may have been a selfish thing there for him. He might like the bottom. Not that that's bad. That's great, actually, for everybody else around him. If they aren't working together, as the green flag set the wave, we are back underway. Mike Brewer going high and wide there. Oh, look at him tight roping in that 390 machine. Got a big head of steam. Choo choo. Here comes the train. Oh, the 390 blinks away though. Let's see. Does he come back? He now does. I'm always afraid to grab Mike here, is when I grab him and he blinks away here on us. You can see he's able to walk around, get to the high side, move Brewer up inside the top three. Joseph Grandy looking to go on a charge as well on the high side. A little bit of contact behind between Billy Roberts and Clay Christopherson coming off at 2, but they play nice here the rest of the lap. Plenty of room given between the two. Roberts, though, not wanting to give him the whole middle there to float out, just trying to keep him pinched down a little bit, but right now to no avail. Clay Christopherson gets it again at the line, can't drive it in deep though. Look at Billy, comes back, he's fighting on the outside. And look at the man I told you to watch, said he may not win this thing. Now, he kind of shot himself in the foot there with that bad heat race. But if you notice the warm-up timing charts before we advanced, I think he was second or third. Barber has pace. Here comes the 16 of Matt Barber. Grandy trying to take some swings with the axe here. He goes to the back to the outside through 1 and 2. I saw him fishing on the bottom here through 3 and 4, trying to work around Brewer. Couldn't make it work, though. You see Grandy now, he clips the outside wall. That allows Chad Lackey to take a peek on the 66 machine. Oh, pick up sticks, he says. Grandy says, fine, I'll go down there. I'll pick him up. Slide job, can't do it. Lackey clears him. Oh, boy. Mike Brewer running out of time here. The Brew Crew growing impatient. Inching closer to the halfway point, but Brew Crew, those are his teammates in front. He's got to play nice with the pickle there, Dylan Kinsey. As Dylan finally opened up the can, but the caution flag waves. Clay Christopherson. I wonder if this is the caution or if this was earlier, because it was a little bit up. I see a little red after it. Let's see. So I saw Billy. Yep. So that's going to be on Clay 1,000%. He knows it. He doesn't know what's going to transpire in front of him. So he's racing Barber. I mean, they're racing hard. And now Billings, he's going to do the same thing Clay wants to do here. And Billy knows that. So he has to check up and get ready to cut under. And at the same time, Clay's coming into the picture there. A little bit of contact, too, with Barber, but that's not on Barber. That's just Clay trying to take a bite of the apple there. And you could see he tries to straighten him up and be the reason for the caution, too. So that's one thing I know that's not going to help Billy. He's not going to be happy either way. But you could tell Clay was trying to do the right thing there. He knew he bit off a little bit too much. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Hard racing, trying to work your way up through the field. And mistakes will be made. And we saw one there out of the 051. Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, and Sam Bachman set to lead the field back to the green flag yet again. It was the Matt Barber Show in the 358s. This has been the Sam Bachman Show, 16 to go. Just another excellent restart. Oh, the teddy bear goes down there. He trims the grass, comes up in front of Dino, gets a shot in. Well, you know what rhymes with grass. And the caution flag waves yet again. We saw that one coming. You know, anytime you get the lawnmower out, normally a tragedy is going to strike. I know, because I end up down there sometimes. You can see it just pushes up the hill, and he's trying to get it going, but it's just so slow and tight. Dino gives him a big punch there, big shot in the you-know-what. And nowhere for my homie to go. He gets a nose full. Caution flag wave. Should be a lap over halfway, I think, when we get the green flag. Should be 14 to go. Could be wrong, though. Oh, I clicked the mute button. I just realized that green flag about set to wave. We are back underway. Sorry, I took a drink and forgot to unmute myself here. As you see Chad Lackey trying to search under Brewer, who made a mistake there on corner entry. Hiked up the hill that you don't want to climb there going into one. But he was able to salvage it, hold on somehow. Brewer keeps it inside the top through Dylan Kinsey. It's been a while, man, since he's been up here flirting for the lead. Can he go up? Dethrone his teammate in the 007 who has been oh so perfect. 13 to go. Bachman rolling the outside, just feathering that throttle, but it's Brewer turning up the heat there in P3, trying to find himself in P2. What can he do? Does he make the move? Not this time. Here as we ride along. Kinsey up there flirting with the devil, man. I mean, that you do not want to be up that high. I don't know how he rode that thing out. Brewer, I honestly thought, would look to go for a big send there, but he decided to play nice. And now we go back, we take a look at your hard charger. This man started 21st, up to 11th, 10 spots for the double nickel. Ryan Moore Sr., who watches Dean Reynolds throw a slide job on the John Deere green machine. Randall Dixon looking to feed him one back here, though, but he leaves Dino a lane. Can't complain. The 79. Right back on the outside. Can he finish the pass this time off of 4? He does. Jeff Sharp bringing it back down on the racetrack. Dino. Big move for Dean Reynolds. Almost out of instinct. Survival move for the 79. Move Dean Reynolds back up into P8. Here comes Matt Barber up 10 spots there into 6th. Barber, I told you he'd be around 5th. And boy, oh boy, that's where he is. He needs the help of a caution flag here. And if these guys get to racing, we may get one Chad Lackey. He's got the big boy spoon out, trying to take a big scoop on the bottom. Coming to 6 laps to go for Bachman. It's Bachman leading the way by 3 car lengths off at 2. Dylan Kinsey trying to reel him in. He's got Brewer right behind him. Chad Lackey there sniffing all 3 of them. But Lackey is going to need some help here. There is not enough time for him to do this by himself. He's going to need those teammates to take the kitty gloves off here and start boxing a little bit. 4 laps to go. Oh, Lackey puts the right rear in the outside wall. Chad Lackey watches his life flash before his eyes there in that 66 machine. Somehow keeps it straight, but 3 laps to go. Not a lot of sand left in the hourglass. Sammy B, the slithery snake, the Sam Akonda in the 007 is just looking to wine and dine everybody here tonight. I mean, this is 2 races in a row where we saw the guy who got out front was able to pounce, just set the pace and never look back. And Bachman, yet again, another near perfect performance. White flag waves, 1 to play. Not playing it safe, going right up there, walking the tightrope. Bachman bringing it home now on the bottom through 3 and 4. He heard me. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the Sam Akonda. Sam Bachman bringing home the win. Dylan Kinsey and Mike Brewer round out the Full Throttle Motorsports podium. Chad Lackey and Joseph Grandy, your top 5. Should be able to get a full rundown here. There we go. Barber, Billings, Reynolds, Dixon, Sharp round out the back half of your top 10. Shreves, Moore Sr., Roberts, Morano, Barker, Elzy, Thomason, Wallace, Flieger, and Walters. Your top 20 and your bottom 3, Putt, Teddy Bear, and my homie round out the field. We'll see if we can't get a word here. It's Uncle Ron's nephew. I almost said with Uncle Ron's uncle. That would have been that'd be quite the family. As we hop on down to the Coast to Coast Discord, they are all waiting on me. So let's go ahead. Let's pull him up. Uncle Ron can't wait to hear from his nephew here. Mike Brewer, brother, this was a case of where, sometimes well, what's the correct way to say this? Sometimes, you're the aggressive one of the team. Like you're not willing to, or you're willing to maybe mix it up a little more than some of the other guys. But tonight, man, you you put on the gloves. I saw the speed in that race car, but just wasn't much of a gap to get around that 639. And man, tonight you were okay with being in that final podium spot for the 1, 2, 3 for the team. Hell of a job, man. But how tough was it to kind of let's say wrangle the race car back a little bit here?
Man, I'll tell you, that car was fast. Like, I think I could have won that, but it was just, we were so close, and being the top was so dominant. I tried that slide job twice, I think, and I'm like, I'm not going to clear that. And that last long green flag run that we had, we were just so close together. And I see Lackey was like on my tail too, so I just settled for third there, and just maybe if those, Dylan or Sam made a mistake, which was pretty rare, but I figured I would just ride there and wait for them to make a mistake, because if I would have tried to pass them, Chad was right there, Joseph, they would have dusted me on the top. So
yeah, that's you kind of stole the words out of my mouth there, because I was going to say, how much did Chad affect what you could really do? Because you could tell in that first half of the race, when you didn't have much pressure on you, that is when you could kind of be aggressive with Dylan and, try to race a little bit harder. But when the time starts to wind down, and you're all wadded up like that, I mean, not really room for you to send it in between him and Sam without risking a big one. And the fact that you can come on 1, 2, 3, well, I'd say that doesn't happen too often, but it's become more of a regular thing here for you boys as of late. Congratulations, man, on that bottom step of the podium. Hell of a run. Who you want to thank?
you, Shaggy, and Shaggy TV. Great job as always. Expert Installation for sponsoring the big blocks tonight. All the guys at FTM. Expert Installation is on the car too. Swan Speed Shop, and everybody out there watching.
Well, hey, man, hell of a job. Congratulations on the 1, 2, 3, and take it easy on me in the late models.
I'll try. Thanks.
Mike for bringing home P3. Now we'll talk to the man who brought home P to the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. And, well, Dylan, man, this was a great race for you. There was a time where, you were fishing with Sam, but it was caution flags there in the beginning that just kind of, hampered what you could do. And then, well, that final run, it was like Sam turned the jets on. And I did see you clip that front stretch wall. So I guess that'll be my first question. When you kissed that wall with, I want to say about 10, 11 to go, did that affect the handling? Because, I mean, I saw the right front. It jumped pretty good. I mean, that was a hell of a job hanging on to that thing.
No, I don't think it messed with the handling or anything. Just messed with me mentally. But no, I was fishing a little early trying to find something, and then I started following Sam, and then Brewer was way faster than me. I was holding him up, and I was just following Sam for a while. A couple times I would get a better run than him out of 4, but then Brewer would catch back up, come back close to me, and then I'd start focusing on him and start making tiny mistakes, like missing my entry a little bit.
That's what I was going to say there, Dylan, because it seemed like, and I know you said, and trust me, that's kind of why I want to ask you this. I am the same way, especially after a scare like that. But it seemed like, as I couldn't really pick it apart there on the live, but while we're watching this kind of slow, it seemed like, after you kissed the wall there, we're just entering about a half a car length lower than Sam going into 1. Was that kind of the game plan? Let's just play it safe, bring this thing home.
100%. That's what I was talking about with Sam when you were interviewing Brewer. That I was scared to enter as high as he was, so I kept entering a little lower. But that was hurting me a little bit. That's why Brewer was on me so close, almost the whole race. So a couple times I started to figure it out toward the end, and then with 3 to go in the middle, 3 and 4, I almost slid off. My door started shaking, and I got real tense. So I just had to play it safe and bring it to the finish. And I seen Lackey back there trying to get Brewer, and I was just hoping I wasn't holding him up enough where he was going to lose third, but it all played out.
No, honestly, you hit the nail on the head, and I kind of felt that from watching. You weren't significantly slower, but Brewer, I think, was the fastest out of all 3 of you, just from kind of watching him knife around when he had a little bit of open traffic. But man, Lackey, I think he was your best friend there at the end because he was so close to Brewer that, you know, Mike couldn't get risky like he could in the early stages because if he gave up the top, Chad was going to swing right around. So it was a lot of fun to watch, man. And, you know, what we were talking about, you entering a little lower into one, just shows when you have the track position, man, you can play the game a little bit. As long as you have that corner exit speed, which you did, man. You kept it on the racetrack, and you brought on a hell of a job, man. P2 and a 1-2-3 for the team. Congrats, Dylan. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I love it when the team shows out and we fill the podium. But I got to thank all the guys at FTM, Gunnar at Swan Speed Shop, Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car, Expert Installation for the sponsor, you Shaggy for the broadcast. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I think I got to get used to this again. But yeah, I'm sorry if I miss anybody.
Did you thank Gunnar for the dig?
Oh yeah, Gunnar for the dig. I don't know. I got to write it down.
I think you got it. I think you got most of it. I'm starting to map together your guys' things. I think you were just missing
Vertex
Gunnar.
Graphics for this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
rap.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, man, that was the important one. Well, hell of a job, man. And can't wait to talk to you again, brother. Congrats.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Now we get to talk to the man who, let's hang on. First off, we know that an annoying whip is going to crack. So let's just get on his car and then let's wait. All right, I'll drag him up in 3, 2, 1. Let's listen for it. There it is. There's the whip. And boy, oh boy, man. About time you win one in your employer's race. You got it done, brother. That was a hell of a job. All 30 laps up front, man. How are we feeling after that one?
Pretty good. I think I actually won 2 of these big block races so far this season, but feeling pretty good. Obviously, when you can beat a group.
Have you really?
Good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Pretty sure I've got a win in every series so far.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll believe you because we both know I have a hobby that affects the memory a little bit. I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, anytime you can beat a good group of guys like these guys out here or whatever, I mean, you can feel pretty good about it or whatever. But DK and Mike, they're pretty quick here, and I seen Dylan or whatever coming up. He was catching me a couple times, and a couple times I would just get out a little bit, and then he'd start reeling me back in. So he was starting to then give me a little nerves because you just never know if throw a slider or whatever, and that could be it.
Yeah. Now, like that being said, I guess when it's your teammates, okay, all right. So obviously, if you guys are running 1 and 2, Sam, you'll run it a little differently. Maybe you don't want to open up the lead, too much. That way, you can kind of help Dylan. That way, he doesn't get a slider thrown on him. But it's when you're 1, 2, 3 like that. Do you feel a little bit more comfortable? Not worrying about per se your teammates, just playing your own game. Can you focus on yourself a little bit more when you've got 3 of you at the front as opposed to 2?
Oh yeah, it's a little easier, but obviously, I mean, these guys are pretty quick, so you gotta keep that in mind too, or whatever, and keep a watch out. To be honest.
Now, I'm Dylan. He told me that he was talking to you when I was talking to Mike, and he was telling you that he was entering about half a lane lower into one. I couldn't really notice it when it was live, but when it slowed down, you can definitely see it here in the Zoom cams. And, I mean, you're one of those guys that are willing to go risk it over that bump going into one, man. That thing's nasty. When you're out front, do you think about cooling the jets and, pulling it down half a lane like Dylan was? Or is it important just to, kind of stay on your marks, do the same thing every lap?
Oh, I mean, me, I like to just try to get out as far as I could, give myself some breathing room. But I mean, yeah, there's a couple times I probably should have started cooling it down, especially on that last lap, 1 and 2. I actually went in a little too hot and started skipping and almost went over or whatever, but I got off it quick enough. I could just feel that right rear about to go though, but lucky I caught it. But yeah, I always got to be a little aware of that stuff too and everything.
Well, hey, brother. I mean, apparently you've won 2 of these already, so congrats on your 3rd win of the season. Hell of a job, Sammy. Big win. You got anybody you want to thank? And thank on the 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's the icing on the cake.
Oh yeah, all the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Shaggy TV, Vertex Graphics, and obviously Coast to Coast, and yeah.
Well, hey, hell of a run, and I'm gonna wreck you in the late models. Good luck.
Sweet.
Sam bringing home the win here at the Lernerville Speedway. And, well, we all know. I mean, would I wreck Sam? Of course, not past me, but I would not be able to catch Sam to wreck him. That would be where the problem lies here when we get ready to go play in the late models for your G&G Drywall Services. Pro late models, Adam Flieger will be bringing you that broadcast, and I should be out on the racetrack. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Not sure why it's not. You guys hear me okay or not? not hearing me like you should be. Let's try this. Let's try that. See if that cuts in anywhere better. As it should. I don't know if it will or not. Let's try that. Alrighty, so that is where that is. So get that a little louder now. Alright, now we should be a little bit better. And I don't know what exactly happened there, but let's hope that works. And we get set here for the heat. We got 6 drivers here for the Pro Late Models tonight. We got Trevor Carew out there in front. Dean Reynolds there in second. I guess it's 2 heats. Anthony Morano there in third, and the number 32. Matt Barber there in fourth, and the 16. Billy Roberts in the 99. Matt Gare in fifth, and Ricky Shreves for LGR Motorsports in the 56. Starting in sixth. All right, now that's rolling. We should be okay now for the sound. I'll keep an eye on it. We do have them coming here into the line. 8 laps the distance for your GG drywall. They working there now, off 1 and 2. Here at Lernerville. Great job for Shaggy TV on the first 2 series tonight as I was putting my way slowly around Lernerville tonight. Didn't seem to have the speed out of the car that I needed. As they come here off a turn 4, green flags unfurled, they're down and away. Gus flies into corner number 1 as you see Trevor Carew down there on the inside. Dino up on the high side trying to make something happen out there early. As the high side starts to gain that momentum, and unlike the modifieds, the outside lane is going to prevail a little sooner here for these late models if you can get it to hook up. And you watch the 75T there of Trevor Carew out front there on the bottom side. That outside lane still powering down the Dino there. Leading it up on that high side of the track. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dino has a bumper ahead of Carew. As Carew fights there on the bottom, Dino getting a great run. Morano back here behind Carew, trying to get on the bottom, can't quite get there now. Barber's up there to the high side of that 16. Here comes Morano trying to slide it on through. The 56 of Randy Shreves down on the bottom side. Billy Roberts falls back into 6th. Keep rolling here at Lernerville for your heat number 1. Of your Pro Late Model tonight. 4 laps to go here in the heat. As Dino is out front leading the way here as they roll off turn 2. Matt Barber there in second. Trevor Carew there in third. Anthony Morano there in fourth. As they slide it there now down across the line with 2 laps to go. Heat 1. Down there now off corner number 2. Down the back straightaway here through 3 and 4. The 16, they're going to try to take a shot. Couldn't quite get there. No! Morano up and in the wall around here on the final lap. As they now work their off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dean Reynolds out there in front. Trevor Carew there in second. Matt Barber there third. Randy Shreves. Now wait a moment there as they come across the line. Dean Reynolds holds on there for that victory. As Trevor Carew finishes there second, Matt Barber in third. We'll get their results here in just a moment of your Heat 1. All All right, here is your Heat 1 results. We got Dean Reynolds out there getting the win. Trevor Carew there in second. Matt Barber third. Randy Shreves there fourth. Billy Roberts fifth. Kenji Morano there in sixth. All right, now here into Heat number 2. We got Ryan Elsie out there for JWR Motorsports in the 027. Starting out there on pole with Jeff Sharp to his outside. Running in second in the number 280 from Thunder Ridge Racing. Row number 2 on it inside for Gambler Motorsports, the 72 of Zach Chapman. There starts third in to his outside for FTM, the 23 of William Watson there in the number 4 position. And to round out the field here tonight in pit, the 639 and Dylan Kinsey, also driving for FTM here tonight. So Shaggy's going to put it down there in that second row, going to try his best to get up there and put on a show there in that number 72. In that McDonald's machine here tonight. Working there now, off turn number 3, pace car pulls off, they go down there into 3 and 4, green flags unfurled, here they go, down there across the line, in the corner number 1, down there on the bottom goes Zach Chapman, a great start here, as Jeff Sharp there now goes to second, Ryan Elsie all the way back now to the back, as Jeff Sharp now pulls it upside there, but alongside the 23 of William Watson. Chapman trying to battle it out there in the middle. They roll it down there and hang on to it. There's the 280 of Jeff Sharp rolling there now. Off turn number 4 down here in the corner number 1. The 23 there. Going to slide it on up there. Chapman going to pull back underneath. Here in the corner 3 and 4. And out here on the 1 or across the line here. Sitting about 5 laps to go in Heat number 2. As Chapman's out there in front, Dylan Kinsey there in third. Jeff Sharp fourth, Elsie there in fifth. So it's great to see Shaggy's having much better luck here tonight than what I did there in the dirt late model than what I did in the modified series. You see him take that thing around the racetrack here at Lernerville here tonight. My home track. And I couldn't really perform here tonight. Oh, well, that's just the way it is here coast to coast. It is a tough field, and I just have not found that speed that these drivers have yet. If you watch Shaggy rolling through 3 and 4, Watson all over his back bumper as they come to the line. 2 laps to go. Watson dodges down there to the inside. He's going to tighten up there on the high side. Chapman's going to get back underneath him. Slide it down here through 3 and 4. And not an O, and he gets him the bump, and up into the outside wall goes Watson. Chapman comes across here. White flag in the air. Dylan Kinsey there second. Jeff Sharp there in third. Chapman giving the right rear to Watson. Let it come there off the corner. Chapman gets the win. Dylan Kinsey second. Jeff Sharp there third. Ryan Elsie there in fourth. All right, getting here set. Let's take a look at your finish results for Heat number 2. Zach Chapman there in front. Dylan Kinsey there getting second. Jeff Sharp third. Ryan Elsie there fourth. William Watson in fifth. We'll be back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back here at the Speedway, they're going to finish up warm-ups. As you watch their front arm Clinton Cam here tonight. Checker flag waves. We're getting set to rock and roll here for your feature. Your starting lineup will look like this. Dean Reynolds out there in the front. Zach Chapman in second. Trevor DeRue there in third. Dylan Kinsey there in fourth. Matt Barber there fifth. In sixth, Jeff Sharp. Seventh, Randy Shreves in the 56 for LGR Motorsports. Eight going to the 027 of Brian Elsey, driving for JWR Motorsports. Row number 5 on that inside line to 099 of Billy Roberts. William Watson in the 23 for Full Throttle Motorsports. Got that car back together and out there to start in the back on the outside of row number 5 in 10. Anthony Morano in the number 32 for FTM will roll off and start 11th here tonight. All right, here we go. Down there, out of corner number 3 and 4. Pace car is off. They're getting set to rock and roll. Here we go. Off of turn 4, the green flag waves. The dust follows here in that corner number 1 as Dean Reynolds gets out to a great start down there on the bottom side. Chapman now doing a great job up there on the high side as company from Trevor DeRue. Down there on the inside. Oh no, Dino already in trouble off of turn 4 along with Brian Elsey as well. The two of them go off of turn 3 and 4, not even a lap complete here. As Chapman falls back there into second, so Shaggy running up top there, got the 639 and Dylan Kinsey there behind him. Matt Barber trying to make some moves down there on the inside, can't quite get there. They're 3 wide for the lead going through turn 1 and 2. Jeff Sharp there in 5th, Watson there in 6th, Randy Shreves there in 7th, Morano down there on the bottom, trying to make that bottom work here. Can't quite get it. As they fight for position there, you watch Watson grab a hold of that bottom grass. Coming there out of turn number 2, 27 laps to go. Here you watch Trevor DeRue out there in front, followed by Zach Chapman. Matt Barber there in third right now. Dylan Kinsey, though, he's up and off of turn number 1. Matt Barber sitting there in third. Jeff Sharp up there along the high side. William Watson there in 5th. Randy Shreves there in 6th, but look out, here comes Morano underneath him here. Through turn 1 and 2, going to check it down there a little bit. That gives Randy Shreves a little bit better run off the corner than what Morano does. Jeff Sharp up there on the high side. Watson gets in front of him. Randy Shreves looks to the inside. Jeff Sharp now. Jeff Sharp's up there on the high side. Got to make sure you keep it all together there. And now we see Zach Chapman has company from Matt Barber, and Matt Barber got to his inside there for a moment, but not make the pass though as they come there off turn number 2. That outside lane for Zach Chapman working a little bit. Oh no, and Chapman, Shaggy, goes off turn number 3 and 4. Gonna fall back clear into 10, maybe 11th now. Now there you see Ryan Elsey roll through. There's Zach Chapman now. Shaggy trying to run it back through there. 75, Trevor DeRue, Matt Barber there in 2nd, William Watson there in 3rd, Anthony Morano 4th, Billy Roberts 5th, Jeff Sharp there in 6th, with Randy Shreves there in 7th, Dylan Kinsey there in 8th, Dean Reynolds there in 9th, as they keep rolling through there. Trevor DeRue go hold of the lead with Matt Barber 2nd, but William Watson hangs on to 3rd with 20 laps to go. Morano back here in 4th, bringing it up 7 positions. Just like William Watson is also up 7. Jeff Sharp back here in 6. Randy Shreves there in 7. That Guru still hangs it out there in front as you watch him. There in second position, William Watson now off the track. He goes for a spin through turn 3 and 4. So another one bites the dust there off turn 3 and 4. No caution though as they all keep it together, keep it straight. They get it back underway there. You watch. There comes Andrew Morano there off the high side. Billy Roberts there in fourth. And Roberts struggle here a little bit tonight. And there you see Guru. He's getting company though from Matt Barber. Matt Barber's trying to find that little bit of grip. They're off the corners to slingshot him up there beside Trevor Guru. It works there now off turn 2. He's just a little bit lower. Coming there off the corner. Then what Guru is. That could pose good. Well, there we did a real good line through 3 and 4. Going to go there up top once again through 1 and 2. But not enough as that bottom there through 1 and 2 still prevails just a little bit better. But Guru closes the gap there through 3 and 4. So he's got to try to figure out, Barber's got to figure out where to go through 1 and 2. He knows 3 and 4. You want to be that high side. He throttles it, pedals it there through the corner right there behind Guru. And they now run similar lines through 1 and 2, just a little bit lower there for Matt Barber as they go here through turn 3 and 4. Barber just hanging out there into second right now. Andy Morano got himself back up there in the third around Billy Roberts, Jeff Sharp. And oh no, Randy Shreves off the backside of corner 3 and 4. Chapman back here in the pits. William Watson back here in the 7. It's in a tricky track here at Lernerville. There is no outside wall to keep yourself contained. Watson has trouble there. And he's all tore apart down there on the inside of the raceway with 11 laps to go, folded into the infield, so out of danger. Out there on the inside goes goes Barber, trying to get up there to battle with Guru. Morano sitting here in third, trying to keep it on the track, does not want to go back off the high side again. Billy Roberts, there you see Jeff Sharp, Nino back here in 6. He's had a decent start here to the night, but now he's struggling here, trying to get that thing around Lernerville, looks like, as he got it just a shade too sideways there through turn 3 and 4, sliding it on up. There through 3 and 4, getting around Dylan Kinsey. Randy Shreves back here in 8 after he fell off. Up there at the top, Trevor Guru trying to stay ahead of Matt Barber, but Barber getting a hold of things here. 7 laps to go, as we might see Barber make a run at it here before the end of this race. They go there through 3 and 4, heading towards the front straightaway here for no time. We got a lap machine. Ryan Elsey maybe becoming a factor here. We'll see as the race goes on. There goes Barber down there to the inside, trying to get some grip down there as they pedal off 4. Had to fall in line there, not enough there as he tries to get that shot off turn number 2. Here now into 3 and 4. He'll ride the high line again. They get up there behind Guru. I think Barber is maybe just a shade faster, but the problem in lies, he can't quite take the pass here. And that's what Barber's facing, is just trying to get that grip to make the pass here. What Guru to really make a problem for himself up there on the high side. Barber really doing a great job keeping the pressure on him there, and they come off turn 2 with 3 to go. Down here through 3 and 4, up there on that high side, similar pace scheme on those two machines as they roll down here into 1 and 2. And you got Matt Barber there in second. Trevor Guru out there in front. Morano sitting there third tonight. Roberts there in fourth. Jeff Sharp there in fifth. Off turn 4. Across the line with the white flag unfurled and waving off of 2. Trevor Guru down the backstretch. What to hang on to it there as Matt Barber looks to the outside, and it's not going to be enough. Trevor Guru holds them off, and Trevor Guru is heading the victory lane here at Lernerville, bringing home the victory for your GG Drywall Pro Late models here this Thursday night. Great job there for these gentlemen. they come around for their pictures. Here for the victory. You see those 3 FTM guys. I believe there were 3 FTM guys on the board here. Man, oh man, my man. Here we go. As we get set here. Your feature results are as follows. Trevor Guru getting that win. Matt Barber in second. Anthony Morano in third. Billy Roberts fourth. Jeff Sharp fifth. Dean Reynolds there in sixth. Dylan Kinsey there in seventh. Randy Shreves gets eighth. Brian Elzey finishes ninth tonight. William Watson there in 10th. And Zach Chapman there in 11th. Both those two drivers there at the bottom of the board did not finish. They are down many laps. So tough break for those two drivers tonight, as Lernerville did not play nice to them. All right, now we'll get with your leaders here at the top of the board. Starting here with, let's see, get this thing running. All right, let's get over to here. We'll get with Anthony Morano, your third place finisher. Good evening there, Anthony. How's it going?
Hey, Adam. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing extremely well. A little warm here in the booth, but beautiful night nonetheless here for Lernerville. And, man, you look like you had a little bit of trouble there through 3 and 4 early on, but you overcame that and brought it back into third place.
Yeah, a little out of practice. I went from a VR to a single monitor, so it's a little tricky. So getting used to it a little bit at a time. I'm not on here all that much, so it's just learning basically, and had a night off of work. So hopped on here and played around and saw what I could do.
Well, I would have to say that's a huge difference going from VR to a single monitor.
Yeah, it sucks, but I'm learning. Gotta give thanks to Clay. He gave me his settings for the neck rotation today. It makes a huge difference when you're trying to run the top. So learning bits and bits, pieces and pieces, and hopefully we'll get it figured out for running points Monday nights.
Alrighty, well, you did a great job there tonight, Morano, and you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting third place here in the Pro Late Models this Thursday Thunder night.
I thank the boys over at FTM, my wife Sherry, Dean and Super Car, Logan on Lens, Expert Insulation, Casper Flagstone, Swan Speed Shop, Vertex Graphics, G&G Drywall Services, Papa G for sponsoring the division, Shaggy TV, Adam, you for doing the broadcast, Trevor for doing the admin work, and everyone coast to coast behind the scenes making this deal work.
Alrighty, well, great job there again, Morano, and hopefully you have yourself a great night, and we'll see how well you do through the rest of the season wherever you can race.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Anthony Morano there, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with Matt Barber. Good evening there, Matt. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. What a night there at Lernerville. It looks like you tried all you could. You kept the pressure on Guru, just unfortunately he didn't budge.
Oh yeah, that's Trevor for you. It's very hard to make him make a mistake. He's pretty picture perfect every race. Yeah, if it was more than one lane, I felt like I could have maybe got him, but I wanted to make it a clean move, and sometimes it bites you in the butt if you want to be clean, and you know, you kind of give him a little too much, and I could have slid up and parked on his nose if I wanted to, but I don't like doing that. So yeah, I'll take a second. It was a hard race. It was a good race, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, great job there, Matt. And am I seeing things, or do you guys run a similar paint scheme together?
Yeah, I know. I got it to work this time. I got the wrap on at the right time. We just, I don't know, one night Tyler at Vertex Graphics had a design that was up for grabs, and me and Trevor both went in on it, and we just kind of decided to do like the same look, and it came out pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of it, and the both times we've used it together, we've pulled away from the field, so it's pretty cool.
Well, you did a great job there tonight, bringing that 16 there in the second place. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Of course, Tessier Mechanical as always. Like I just said, Vertex Graphics, Tyler Bowman for hooking me and Trevor up for these awesome wraps. Big shout out to Trevor for running a flawless race like usual, and Anthony Morano for rounding out the podium. Of course, you for sponsoring the series, Regal Wraps, and for obviously for putting on the broadcast.
Well, I'm
just
not.
shout out
It's
to everybody.
it's actually GG Drywall this season.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, last time it was you, and well, shout out to GG Drywall, and of course, like I just said, you for putting on the broadcast as always, and yeah, that's about it.
All righty, well, great job there, and hopefully we'll see more of you out there in the upcoming weeks. Great job out there at Lernerville tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was Matt Barber. Now we'll get with Trevor Guru, your winner here tonight at Lernerville. Good evening there from Victory Lane. Trevor Guru, how are you tonight?
Good, you?
I'm doing fabulous. A little warm, but, beautiful night nonetheless. Kind of take us through. How nervous were you with that 16 right there?
Oh, definitely really nervous. I mean, he's really good in these cars, especially at Lernerville. So knew it was probably going to be, Matt, if anybody, kind of just they're all race. And I kind of assumed going in he was probably going to be, the guy to beat. And I kind of got lucky there with Dean kind of making a mistake, and then had Shaggy there on my butt for a bit, and ended up being Matt. But yeah, like I said, he's really good here. So definitely knew had to hold him off. Unfortunately for him, it's just he was much faster. It's just really hard to pass here in these cars. You lose so much momentum on the exit of 2 and 4, so it's just tough to pass. But I mean, I just told Matt any other track and he's probably winning this thing. But either way, a win's a win, and we'll be back next week.
Well, and to say the least, he didn't go down not trying. That is for sure. He gave it his all and definitely tried a couple spots to try to get under you. Just like you said, it's just that outside lane right now. The track wasn't worked in enough to really let that bottom work for him.
Yeah, it's tough, and sometimes it's hard to get like you throw a slider, but the car won't rotate like you think it will, and you kind of just back out of it. I think Matt did that a couple times. He just wasn't happy with the slider, and maybe he pushed a little bit and just backed out of it. So I mean, that's just credit to the driver that Matt is. He's a very good driver, very clean, respectful, and yeah, it's a pleasure racing with him. We just had a race a few weeks back here at Lernerville, and it was basically the same thing, just Matt all over me and me hanging on for dear life. So props to him, and props to Tony there on third place. It was fun.
All right, well, you got sponsor shots. Anybody you want to thank for getting that victory here at Lernerville tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank GG Drywall Services for coming on board, sponsoring this stuff. Thank you, Flieger, for broadcasting it for us. Thank you, everybody at C2C, for giving us a place to race. I want to thank my Uncle Paul, my cousin Steve, for constantly watching and supporting me. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Swan Speed Shop, Dean Rounds with the Super Dirt Car Series, all the sponsors on the car. Really appreciate every single one of you, and hopefully this is the second win of the season, but hopefully lots more to come.
Well, I mean, you look great up there, and both those cars look great, 1-2, almost chained together almost there in the closing lap. So, I mean, both of you did a great job. Hopefully we'll see you again next week there, Trevor, as you take on yet another track here for the Coast to Coast Racing League. And so have yourself a great night and a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You too, Flieger. Thank you.
All right, that's Trevor Guru, your winner here tonight from Lernerville. Thank you all for tuning in here to Fleer Farm TV, Coast to Coast Racing Network, as we brought you on the pole from Lernerville. We are going to sign off now. Thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great night. Coast to Coast Racing Network will bring you more racing action next week. As for FFTV, we'll be back live with SRA tomorrow night for some short track racing. You might not want to miss that, as we have a great time on Fridays doing some short track racing with street stocks and late model stocks on the asphalt. So join us over there at FFTV tomorrow night for another episode of On the Pole. You guys have a great and wonderful night. Good night.